The mountains continue to march forever upward as you trek higher and higher. It's getting cold, and there are traces of snow. Below you stretches a beautiful valley. Is this what the father was talking about in King's Quest 2 VGA? That someone was very cold. Where do I go from here? Look at water. Melting snow creates a myriad of tiny rainbows as it burbles through the rocks, forming tiny waterfalls on its way back to the sea. Useful. Ah, it tastes like Sierra water. Oh my god. Thanks, I hate it. Can I go anywhere here, or am I screwed? If I go up, that's death. If I go down, that's also death. Can I dip the eagle feather? In essence. Could I do that on the previous screen? Did I just get the command wrong the entire time? I have to know. I have to know this. Like, if I go all the way back here, do I, I'm so salty, chat. It's not going to last terribly long. I can't go right. I can go up here, I assume? No. Shh, you're flying. Can't go left, I can go right. This looks gorgeous. I can go right further. What is this thing? Oh no, it's the abominable snowman. The abominable snowman seems quite confused by this. He stares in amazement, then heads back to his cave. The urge to fly and soar has left, so you head for what you hope is a safe place to land. Oh geez, so I need to load and see what I've missed. We're not dead. Bravely, you grasp the ice-laden rocks and attempt to scale the nearly vertical wall. Be careful, Gwydion. You congratulate yourself on successfully eluding the abominable snowman. Am I pronouncing that correctly? I don't think so. Okay. Dip eagle feather. In essence, I'm so pissed off about that. I'm certain I tried that at some point and it just went, no, you might need it. I really want to be able to explore these regions. Or look at them at least. We have a cave here. And my gut feeling is there's going to be more than one way to elude this thing. Yeah, if I try going down, I automatically switch back to human form. Can I get inside that cave? I can. That's not a reference at all. The terrible hairy creature grabs you with bone-crushing force. You resist, but it is no use. The despicable creature grabs you roughly around the neck and it's too horrible to describe. Suffice it to say, you are quite dead. Okay. We can move around up there, I can see that. Dip, eagle feather. In essence, is there another spell that I could use to maybe get rid of him somehow? What have I used so far? Oh, I haven't tried the stone here. That'll probably get me killed very, very quickly. The storm brew? What would we use a storm brew for? Not sure. The ointment is no good. The stone, yeah, that's something, I guess. Doing ears, that's always in use. That's a thing. What were the other spells? I've forgotten. We used the powder to put the ship to sleep, and we used the cookie to get rid of Manannan. It's just these, and I don't see anything that will be useful here, apart from maybe the stone. I can't do that right now, because I'm flying. Yeah, it looks like if I just try going south here. Whittian immediately goes, screw it, I'm going to switch. Which makes sense, I guess. You have made the very top of the Snowy Mountain Range. I feel like there's a word missing in that sentence. The snow path ends here at a cliff. Far in the distance, you can see a vast green valley. Could it be Daventry? You wonder. Your excitement mounts. You're going home, Gwydion. I don't think there's anything there. You have reached the summit, but still, the snowy mountains continue relentlessly forward. What is this? A cave with a snowy path leading to it. What could it all mean? This thing on the left looks climbable. It's got that sort of texture that we saw downstairs, where we climbed up. Maybe I didn't need to change to an eagle at all. Where's the snowman? You're there. You've reached the heights of the mountain range, and snow and ice surround you. You still see no end to the mountains. It's bitterly cold, and you shiver in your thin rags. A path, through the snow, leads onward. Yeah, okay, we did not need to switch into an eagle at all. You can just go straight up there. Oh. I don't like it, chat. I don't like it. I mean, I sort of get it. We saw something downstairs which led to that. Led to me making that conclusion, I guess, but... What can I do about you? We're just getting carried off here. He carries you away to his cave, where you meet an early and unspeakable demise. Not that one. How many points do we get if we go down? Let me check. Let me see if there is a thing here. We are at 188 points when we reach this screen. Not that. What if I rub the stone? I really want to get inside that cave. Oh. We can't rub the stone right now. Yeah, we get hit instantly the moment we go in there. That said, I'm not done. I don't remember the counterspell, so I'm not going to look it up right now. Let's just go down here. Actually, you know what? Let's just load here and rub the stone. Oh my god, are you serious? Why would you do that? Why would you set that as the teleportation point? Right, let me just try this again. Because I can clearly see at this point there is no real advantage or disadvantage to this approach. I'm going to set it to slow. And I'm going to look. And it looks like the snowman is not here unless he's hiding behind the pillar. This cave is disgusting. It reeks of rotting flesh. Half-chewed bones of numerous creatures are scattered everywhere. Your skin creeps as you look at the sight before you. This is definitely not a good place to be. You have absolutely no interest in these bones. Your only interest is in getting out of there. I disagree. Alright, well, oh god. Let's look at the snowman. The hairy creature is huge and monstrous. It advances towards you menacingly. Don't just stand there. Run! Yeah, no. Let me do that first and see if I can rub the stone. That was close, holy shit. That was very close. So, I can just rub this stone until I get into the right posse. And then we need to climb down the cliff. There we go. That is the same as flying there, which is kind of hilarious. Stone OP, please nerf. Right, so where am I going? We climb down here. I can go... Where am I? This is a very steep and dangerous cliff. Numerous caves honeycomb its face. You could get lost in the caves, if you survive the cliff. Can I enter the cave, please? Just walk there? I'm trying... Oh my god, there we go. Boy, are these caves dark. I'm upset. Okay, so it looks like I just need to push it once and he'll go through all the way. I was pushing right a couple of times to try and stop start as I was going through, but that is not a thing. So at this point, I need to climb onto this cliff and go down, or maybe up to there, maybe down there. I need to find a way, presumably down here. I'll get it eventually, and I'll probably need to slow down the game to get it. Unfortunately, I don't think I can use magic stone to get through this. Can I go up there? No, I can't go up there. Okay, so I need to go down here, through there, then climb up there, and then go down there. Got it. I got it. It's just a dumb little maze section. We'll get there eventually, though. Unfortunately, I just can't go right there. That's going to take me out to the left. We go up here. If I go too high, that's death. We go down here. And that should take me to the exit on the right-hand side down the bottom. Beautiful. You carefully make your way down the eastern side of these mountains. The path travels along the top of a narrow ridge. Looking back, you see the snowy peaks through which you have so recently journeyed. Whew. You wipe your brow as you feel the worst is now behind you. Something three-headed dragon, brah? We're not done yet. I'll look more shortly. So if I rub the stone now, what the hell happens? Look path. You're walking along a steep ridgetop on a treacherous path. Yeah, we've seen that. Look at mountain. Same thing. I don't think we're getting anything else there. Same thing again. Let me save. I want to rub the stone. We're going to suddenly find ourselves in a dragon's lair or something? Oh god. Right, that doesn't work. The stone only gets us so far. I have questions. Firstly, how did we die? Secondly, look where we are. I think we all recognize that. Did that happen just because oh my god. Okay, we're not surviving that one. Did that happen just because we left the screen? I left around here. Oh my god. I left around there on the right-hand side, and that appeared to kill me instantly. I imagine the same thing is going to happen if we follow the path here. Yeah. Okay, we're definitely in Daventry now. Specifically, where's my map? Where's my map of King's West 1? Got so much shit around here, oh my god. Specifically, if we go south 2 and east 1, we will find the castle. So I don't think we can go that way right now. You look up and view the mountain range you so arduously crossed. Well, you made it to Daventry. But what is this? It looks like a cave leading deep into the mountain. You see evidence that a door once covered this cave entrance. Huge boulders lie scattered about, apparently from tumbling down the mountain. Once again, is there a song about that? Door. Look at stair. My only question is the dwarf dead? That's all I want to know. The stone steps within the cave entrance look mighty crumbly. Curiously, they lead straight up into the mountain. Can I go anywhere here? I can. One moment. Where's my map? Okay, the map no longer seems to be accurate. Firstly, there is a well here. There was no well there previously. This was a lake. And there is a wall on the left which seems to prevent access to the rest of Daventry. Look at this place though. It is not looking good. The countryside of Daventry looks as if it had once been beautiful. But now, trees are charred, a chasm splits the earth, and wildflowers no longer grow. Nearby is an old, broken down well that someone has filled with rocks. It's useless now. Can I go up? Are you a dwarf? Okay, we've got a few places we can go. We can go up the stairs. We can go over here. We can head towards the castle. Jeez. The old well has been filled with rocks. It's useless. Like everything else in Daventry, the well gives a feeling of futileness. Some plants and trees around Daventry have been burnt black and leafless. How about we check out those stairs first? The stone steps go up into the very depths of this mountain. Not only are they crumbly, but they are also very steep. You gaze nervously down the steep stone steps leading into the pit of the mountain. Swallowing hard, you realize how dangerous they are. Yeah, tell me about it. It's very bright outside. You think you see clouds. It feels strangely hot up here. This place has been redesigned. Looking around, you see clouds surrounding this small bit of land, like a white cottony sea. Charred stumps of trees spoil the scene. I suppose there's a fucking... Oh, God. Alright, well we don't have a giant this time, but we have something else. A huge fire-breathing dragon is here, and it has seen you! Hypnotized by its baleful stare, you stand frozen in your tracks. What a way to go, ending up as a dragon's barbecue. Still looks more violent than the one we got in King's Quest 1 VGA. Rosella's on the left. That's actually a really cool design. A motherfucking three-headed dragon. So fire and mist. Mist, clouds, fire, heat, yeah. And maybe we can use the invisibility ointment there. What have we here? You stare at the rundown shack. Upon the porch, a withered gnome rocks in a creaking old rocking chair, whistling a merry tune. The shack leans heavily to one side, and you wonder why it doesn't fall. If you ask me your name, I will fucking end you. You speak directly to the old gnome. He chuckles softly to himself, then replies, "It's about time you got here, lad. I mean, Prince Alexander, welcome home. Heaven knows we need you. Daventry's been suffering for years now since that despicable dragon came." I've got questions. If we were kidnapped at 1, how the fuck does he recognize us? The old gnome narrows his eyes to slits and leads forward in his chair. "That monster demanded the sacrifice of your poor sister, Princess Rosella, and I'm afraid time is running out. Your parents, the king and queen, are suffering such grief they have locked themselves in yon castle and refuse to see anyone." That doesn't sound like the King Graham that we know. Staring intensely at you, the gnome goes on. "It's up to you, Alexander. Your country and family need you. It's written in the wind." The wizened gnome relaxes and settles back in his chair. He begins whistling again. Are you sure you're not mistaking me for someone else? You're calling me Alexander, but you're a gnome, you're old, you're probably losing your mind. "You must hurry, Prince Alexander," the old gnome urges. "Time is a-wasting. Go save us." No pressure. The gnome now chooses to ignore you. He whistles and rocks in his creaky chair. Apologies, already saw that. Weird break in the audio there. A stone wall travels to the north and south. You try to go over it, but find it too high. If you find that too high, we've got no chance against this dragon. There is nothing of any interest on the other side of it anyway. What else we got? Let's just go north. The moat has disappeared. Oh, this place looks dreadful. Holy crap. You gaze sadly at the shabby castle. It's obvious that it was once a proud and beautiful place. Not really, it only had 3 rooms inside. But now, its banners are torn, its stones and statuework are crumbling, and the moat has been drained. It's as if no one cares anymore. That's a metaphor for adventure games in general, but whatever. Look at moats. The moat is too wide to cross. There is nothing of interest there anyway. A once green woodland spreads out before you. Now, its many trees and bushes are cruelly charred. Sadly, the torn banners of the shabby castle are flying at half-mast. A knock on the door at least. The massive wooden doors of the castle are closed. I think that's one of the first things we saw in the original game. Knock. Knock on door. You rap loudly upon the massive wooden doors of the castle. Hollowly, emptily, the sound reverberates within. No one answers. The huge doors of the castle are bolted shut. Try as you might, you cannot open them. Do we need to deal with the dragon first? Okay. So, what do we think? I'm thinking invisibility ointment to start with, because otherwise it's going to nuke us immediately. And maybe the storm brew? Darn those steps. Indeed, I might have said that once or twice on my King's Quest 1 playthrough. I don't know if we need to speak to the gnome here. I think we do. We need to learn about the lore, and he needs to confirm who my sister is and that she's being kept up in the clouds. Well, he doesn't know that, but we need to know who this person is, very clearly. I'm going to make a save here because I've had enough. More stairs. The Storm Brew seems like the correct choice, I'll just say that right now. What else do we have? We can understand the language of creatures, so we can potentially listen to what it's saying. We can turn ourselves invisible. We can use the Storm Brew, perhaps. I don't think anything else here is useful. Rub ointments on body. Okay. I just moved the mouse there because I need to look for the instruction. And it looks like it just works automatically. We just rub it on our body. You'll be invisible for a short while. You have enough for one application. The dragon has laid waste to this area. The earth is scorched, and all the trees and plants are charred. I had to do it. You have skillfully detected the boundaries of Cloudland. The rest of your quest will go quickly. Downward. I like it. Okay, so we can turn ourselves invisible here. I assume this is the only place in the game where we can turn ourselves invisible. After this, I will try using the Storm Brew and see what happens. That is a really cool dragon design. I like that. That was different. The dragon's green scaly body is huge. Its three ugly heads blow flame and smoke, while its necks twist and writhe. Ugh. The sight of it makes you shiver. Only shiver? I would be shitting my pants, Alexander, whatever your name is. Kill dragon? And just how do you propose to do that? I don't know. Talk to dragon? Shh, the dragon will hear you. Listen to dragon. What about this girl? The girl is securely tied to the stake. Why? Why would you just not kill her immediately? What is the point of this? We get points. The dragon notices Princess Rosella being untied and blasts you both with a long, licking tongue of flame. You've broken the spell of invisibility. Oh, damn, look at that. She is... oof. She doesn't get turned to ash, but that is terrifying. Wow. Come on. It's very specific about its spells. Can I talk to the girl? Is now a good time? She can't hear you. She's too busy screaming. All right, let's do this. Stir brew with finger. Brew of storms. Churn it up. Bolts of lightning strike the huge dragon. He howls in pain and falls to the ground. Dead. Your magic spell is wearing off. You can stop screaming now, Rosella. The dragon is dead. I wonder if there's another solution to that. Look out, dragon. The dragon lies dead upon the ground. He was no match for the fury of your magical storm. Do I have anything else that I haven't used here? The stone. We'll use the stone. Oh, I wonder if I can use the stone to teleport inside the castle. Surely not. What about the magic map? Oh! Wow. As you unroll the delicate map, it crumbles in the intense heat. We just lost our map. Holy shit. What about if I go over here and look at it? That's crazy. I kind of love it. I don't think we're getting much else. Alright, let's have a chat to Princess Rosella, our sister. This dragon is dead. Talks a girl. Help me! Untie me! Princess Rosella screams. I'm not keeping that voice up. Untie Rosella. You rapidly untie Princess Rosella from the wooden pole. She looks bewildered as to who her benefactor may be. You see, this is how you know the gnome is very knowledgeable. He knew who we were instantly. But our own flesh and blood sister? No. I'm your long-lost brother, Prince Alexander, you proudly exclaim. The girl looks doubtful. I'll explain it all later, you continue, realizing that now is not the time for this. Just follow me. Let's go meet the folks. With mixed emotions, the girl agrees to follow you. What the hell is this? Oh my god. The voice I'm using is not helping, I know that for a fact, but Jesus Christ. Had we not spoken to the gnome and learned our lineage from some of the animals, would we say something different? I'm genuinely curious about that. Bashfully, you introduce yourself to your long-lost sister. How can I be sure you're really my brother? Princess Rosella wonders. I know. My mother always said that Alexander had a cute birthmark on his bottom. Let me see if you have it. What the fuck is this? Embarrassed, you reveal your cute birthmark. If only it was that simple, chat. Oh, Alexander, she cries. You really are back. Mum and Dad will be so happy. I can't do that voice. Oh, fuck. I've made a terrible mistake. You ask Rosella about your parents. Mum and Dad were heartbroken when you disappeared as a baby, she explains. Dad searched everywhere for you. Obviously, he never found you. Pausing, she looks at you questioningly. By the way, where have you been? You explain that you have been living with an evil wizard in the land of Llewdor, and that you turned him into a cat by using magic. How awful for you, she exclaims. Well, I'm so glad you're back. You ask Princess Rosella to tell you about Daventry. She replies, hard times hit Daventry right after you were kidnapped. Dad and Mum tried, but it was like they had lost their will. Clenching her fist, Rosella continues, we were down on our guard, and the terrible dragon came. We all thought it was the end. I was scared, you know, your sister answers. But I did want to be brave. I was hoping my sacrifice might somehow help. She brightens a bit. Maybe it did. Because of me, you came. I'm not sure that's true, but whatever. Now we're together again, and together we can put Daventry right. You comment upon the spoiled scenery of Daventry. Why am I still talking to you? Points? I don't know. Princess Rosella looks disgusted as she replies, "The dragon did all that. He burnt our countryside and we were all terrified to even come out of our houses. You don't remember? But it used to be very beautiful." You and Princess Rosella engage in idle pleasantries. You discover that your sister is not only beautiful, but very strong-willed and brave. You admire that in a woman. I feel like Roberta is talking to us directly there. Can I take part of the dragon back as a souvenir? Also, Rosella, are you wearing heels? It's just we've got a lot of stairs to contend with. I've had problems with them. Daddy had problems with them. Mind you, he also had problems with a dwarf in here. Alright, so we're down. I can't spell your name, Rosella. Also, yes, I know you are the protagonist of the next game. I'm not keeping that voice up. That is not happening. I'll use my normal talking voice for you if I have to. Oh, yippee! You did it, Your Majesty! The gnome squeals in delight. I knew you could save us all! King Graham and Queen Valenice will be overjoyed to see you two. He claps his gnarled hands. I must run ahead to announce your arrival. The gnome spryly scampers towards the castle. If you are the same gnome, then I don't even want to talk to you. I just don't. The castle doors are wide open to welcome home a long missing son and a much-loved daughter. Atop the castle, the banners proudly wave. The heavy feeling of oppression is gone. Hope has at last returned to Daventry. I have no control. It's 3 rooms and we skip one of them. You nervously enter the throne room with your sister, Princess Rosella. Before the twin thrones stand your parents, King Graham and Queen Valenice. 2 thrones now. Graham and Valenice are overjoyed to see you. Alexander, where have you been all these years? Your mother exclaims. Adds your father, I'm so proud of both of you. Yes, I'm using the same voice, I don't care. What a joyous family reunion. You are home at last. King Graham points to the mirror. That was once a magic mirror, son, he says sadly. But it has been clouded ever since the night you disappeared from your cradle. Bitch stole us from the cradle. And just like that, it's working again. Before your astonished eyes, the magic mirror clears and shines anew with brilliant clarity. Queen Valenice cries in delight, "The terrible dragon is dead, our children are home, and the future looks bright for us all." King Graham lovingly retrieves his adventurer's hat with the red feather. With emotion, he tells you, Alexander, Rosella, this old hat and I have been through a lot together. Now, it's time he had a new traveling companion. He flings it in your direction. Up and up it gently arcs. You raise your arms to catch it, and so does Princess Rosella. Down it comes, nearer and nearer. Cliffhanger. I mean, it's not really, because if you know the next game at all, you know we're playing as Rosella. Oh, I've got a lot of thoughts on that, Jesus. congratulations on your successful completion of King's Quest 3. We hope you have enjoyed playing as much as we enjoyed creating it for you. Definitely enjoyed it, but I've got some thoughts. There's a certain part of this game's design that I just cannot agree with at all. May the adventuring continue with King's Quest 4. It absolutely will. This is the last game in the old AGI engine. The next one is SCI. It's going to look much, much better. Although it still uses the old text parser, and it's still in EGA, it's going to look significantly better than what we're looking at here. Right, I have a problem. I am missing 8 points. I need to figure out where those points are immediately, and I'll cut them in. Back in a sec. Okay then, the editor's done and I'm just recording the audio for the last part right now. Fortunately, the 8 points were very, very easy to find in the walkthrough. I would definitely not have found these without help though, because honestly, I think this is actually pretty obscure. What we need to do is we need to go to the tavern before the ship rocks up. And I discovered in my replay that the ship rocks up when we go into the cave with the Oracle. So we absolutely have to get the Amber Stone. We don't have to turn it into a magic stone, I think. But we have to go in there and get that scene to learn that our sister is Rosella. Anyway, what we do is we go into the tavern here, and these two rogues are drinking. But if we try talking to them, they tell us to get lost because they don't want to talk to us. And what we have to do here, and I would not have got this without help because honestly, it's bizarre. We need to transform into a fly. You'll see there that the barmaid and the rogues have absolutely no reaction to this, but once we've done that, we just need to hover near them for a bit, and we will overhear their conversation, just like that song. You overhear snatches of the two bandits' conversation, lovely use of the apostrophe there, I'm not going to do a voice, squirm just like a pig, and that rope you rigged inside of that big oak tree works great. Now nobody will ever find our hideout. Why, I'll bet even that wizard. They know about the wizard, which is curious. I mean, it is hinted at that Manannan rules over Llewdor with an iron fist, but yeah, they know about him. Anyway, listening to that conversation is worth 3 points. And yeah, the other 5 are directly related to this. All we need to do is go over to the oak tree here and go inside it as a fly. In your insect form, you fit easily through the hole in the tree. And then we get an entirely new area in here. You have flown through the hole at the base of the tree and are now inside the hollow trunk. You see a rope leading up into a small hole above you. This area is cramped and confining, even for a fly. And just going in there, we don't even have to read that text box. Just the moment you enter the tree, that is 5 points. Those were the 8 points that I was missing in total. The tree thing, it kind of annoys me a little bit because I understood instantly that if we can't see through the small hole, perhaps we should try reaching into it and seeing what happens. I pretty much got the puzzle immediately if you go back and watch the playthrough. And if you're curious, in here you can move down to exit the tree. If you move left, right or up, nothing happens. I waited in here for quite some time and Gwydion did not transform back into his human form. But you can force him to transform back into his human form, and yeah, it doesn't end well. You hope you'll be able to fit inside the tree in your normal form. Yeah, no. Obviously your hopes were ill-founded, too late you realise you are inside a tree, and the results are just too gruesome to discuss. Indeed, we are dead. But yeah, those were the 8 points that I was missing. And then just playing through the rest of the game as per the main playthrough, that gives us our full 210 points at the end. So, quick thoughts on this one. Oof. I think I love and hate this game in equal measure, honestly. I was definitely getting frustrated towards the end. You could hear it in my voice, having to dig up the beach, trying to figure out the command for digging up the beach. That was almost as bad as trying to turn an airsick bag into a Molotov cocktail that one time. But outside of the second session, some of the problems I was having finding the magic map, the boats, we'll talk about that in a sec. I was really enjoying myself with this. I was really loving this. And if I've got one criticism of the Adventure Pass, I'm not exactly sure how to express this. The manual specifically lists everything that we need to pick up, with the exceptions of maybe the magic map, some of the implements that we need to use like the spoon, the knife, the cup, that sort of thing. It's all very laid out and straightforward, and I don't know if it helps or hinders this game, to be quite honest. I can say I enjoyed it, but at the end of the day, towards the end, when I was looking through the spell list and the ingredients and whatnot, it kind of felt like a fetch quest. Obviously, you don't see prompts in game for it, but it kind of felt that way, and I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it just felt that way. Am I insane for thinking that? I'm not sure. One thing that I absolutely cannot agree with though is this game's use of time, and just doing the replay right now, I needed to stop in the house for about 15 minutes, just doing nothing, waiting for Manannan to get up. And then on the bows, I've put a link into the description below which I looked at after I completed the game, and quite frankly I wish I hadn't, because now I'm getting recommendations for all the King's Quest speedruns, not just King's Quest 3. For the boat section, all you do is you go upstairs, you grab your stuff, if you want full points you also grab the shovel, go back down, and you wait. It's a 14-minute wait where you're doing nothing. And I just cannot help but feel, and I'm sure you'll agree, that if you're progressing a game, one of the worst ways you can actually progress that game is by not playing it, by not doing anything. It almost makes me wonder if something was cut at the boats, because you've got 9 different scenes at the boats. You've got the back of the boat, 2 mid decks, 2 lower decks, the galley, 2 upper decks, and the crow's nest. That's it, and you can wander around there, you can look at stuff, but there's actually nothing to do there. And on one hand, you look at Llewdor, you look at all these blank places and you think, yeah, okay, there's nothing here, it's just the environments. The boats really does feel like there was something missing there, and I do wonder if they changed things during development. But yeah, this game's use of time, in the beginning it's good, it really is, because you have a threat. You have Manannan, he leaves, you don't know when he's coming back. But then, once you crack the code, once you realise what the cycle is, it no longer becomes interesting. It just becomes an annoyance that you need to deal with. And depending on your timing, you might need to deal with it in the absolute worst possible way, which is by doing nothing. That's easily my biggest criticism of this game, easily. But honestly, I can't say I had a bad time with this. I did enjoy looking around Llewdor, I did enjoy trying to screw with the wizard, I did enjoy looking around the place, picking up the items, looking at things, narrating things, everything else. It is all here, it all feels great, and coming from King's Quest 1 and 2, which were very basic games, although King's Quest 2 was a little bit more complex than King's Quest 1, obviously, I do feel this was a necessary change. It was something different. It was something to keep things interesting and exciting. And yeah, I do know that King's Quest 4 does do something, but I don't think it's as strict as this. From memory, I think certain events happen automatically, or if you just wait too long, and if you're doing that, then you're probably not going to pass the game anyway. Alright, King's Quest 4 is going to have to wait a little bit because we need to play the fanfiction that is King's Quest 3 from AGD Interactive, the VGA remake of this. If you're watching this on the day that it goes up on YouTube, firstly, thank you, I sincerely appreciate it. And secondly, I'll be putting something else up just before the VGA remake, so once that's done, we'll get back to King's Quest 3 VGA and then on to King's Quest 4. If you're watching on the playlist later, well, I'll be back in a sec.